5 bulking tips you must avoid. So before we get right into the video, I want to show you guys a bit of a video of me when I did my first ever bulk. I actually recorded and I uploaded it on video. This video, I think it's titled The Heaviest I've Ever Been. So let's check this video out really quick on my channel. Let's go to videos and scroll right on the bottom, because it's right at the bottom. And yeah, it's right there. So when clicking this, I'm going to check this video out. So I was 220 pounds. Look at my damn face, man. Look how big I was. What was I thinking? And guys, I was consuming so many calories, it was ridiculous. Just look how big I was. And you know the worst thing about it now, just looking back at it and seeing how big I was, I didn't realize that I was carrying a ton of fat. At the current time, I thought, ooh, I look good, I'm carrying a lot of muscle, I'm really big. I was strong as well all the time. But the reality is, looking back in it, you can see I was carrying a lot of body fat, and this is when you start taking the bulk too far. And I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to avoid essentially this happening to you and avoid making this mistake. So let's get right to the tips. So tip number 1 for you guys, it is consuming too many calories. Believe it or not, guys, you don't need as many calories as you might assume when you are trying to bulk up and gain muscle mass. The reality is you really need a small calorie surplus, and you are going to be able to gain weight and put on a significant amount of muscle mass. But we all get caught into the trap of thinking more calories the better, or eat big to get big. But the reality is, if you do eat big to get big, you're potentially going to get a lot fatter. There are certain individuals who can kind of get away with consuming a lot of calories and they still will struggle to gain weight. Because I do online coaching and one-to-one coaching, I work with people who essentially need to consume a lot of calories just to gain a little bit of weight. So they're the kind of exception in which they need to consume a large amount of calories just to gain a little bit of weight. And potentially sometimes, if they don't consume these excess amount of calories, they will end up losing weight just due to the fact they have these crazy metabolisms. So remember, only a small calorie surplus is needed to gain muscle mass and bulk up. So aim for about 150 to 250 calories ish, or just play around and see what works best for you. The next mistake we're going to speak about is not doing enough cardio. Guys, I really regret not doing cardio when I did my first bulk, because I love cardio, I'm not gonna lie. I come from quite an athletic background, so I absolutely love doing cardio because I'm quite a fit individual. I'm naturally fit anyway. And then doing this bulk, for some reason I thought I'm not going to do any cardio because it's going to affect my gains. I just want to get strong, I want to lift heavy, eat big, get big, all that nonsense. But the reality is you need to be doing some kind of cardio. Even if you're bulking, you need to consume an excess amount of calories, still do some kind of cardiovascular, because at the end of the day, it's your heart, and that's your heart health we're trying to look after. And it's also going to help your performance inside the gym in regards to recovery in between sets, and just help with overall endurance when you are performing inside the gym. So try and keep some kind of cardio in, even if it's just incline walking or just brisk walking, something that's going to get your heart going a little bit. Because when it comes time to actually diet and lose this excess body fat or weight you have gained because you haven't been doing any cardio, it's going to be really difficult. Because trust me, when I wasn't doing any cardio and I started again, I could barely run a mile, and for someone who's quite a fit individual, it was really disheartening and it was really difficult, and it took a while to rebuild my cardiovascular and get myself fit again. So incorporate cardio when you are bulking. The next thing we need to speak about is knowing when to stop, because guys, as you can see from that video I played at the beginning, I was gaining a lot of body fat, and essentially I was fat. Let's be fair, I was just fat, plain and simple. And a lot of us do tend to get carried away because we might be looking big in our tops, we might be looking big, people are giving a compliment saying, whoa, you've gone really massive. Strength performance is through the roof just due to the fact that you're so much heavier. But the reality is, you need to know when to stop, because if you keep going up and up and up, you're just getting fatter and fatter. So you need to know when to rein it in and start reducing those calories. You really want to avoid making this mistake, guys, because if you aren't holding yourself accountable weekly or at least fortnightly, guess what's going to happen? You're going to gain too much body fat, you're going to get fat, and we really want to avoid that. Because trust me, when I gained all that weight, I wasn't really holding myself accountable, and that led to me gaining excess amount of weight way too rapidly, and I was pushing the calories too crazy. So you really need to ensure that you are holding yourself accountable, guys, whether it be taking progress pictures weekly, weighing yourself on the scale, taking body measurements, just to have something that you can compare and make sure that you're not spilling over and going too crazy with your calories. This can really allow you to rein the calories in and start to bring them back down if you are pushing a little bit too hard with the calories, and in turn this will stop you gaining excess amount of body fat, and that's what we want to avoid. We want to gain quality muscle and also a bunch of fat. The next mistake I want to speak about is being too relaxed with your diet. Yes, it's bulking season, getting strong season, it means extra calories that can be consumed, but guess what, it doesn't mean that you can be completely relaxed with your diet. You want to still try and keep those good habits that you had before you were going in the bulking phase or the gaining phase, whatever it is. Because if you're not keeping those good habits, guess what's going to happen? You're going to end up having a takeaway every night, you're going to have chocolates every single day, and then you're going to end up just gaining a ton of body fat. And remember, one of the most important things we're trying to avoid when we are in a gaining phase is gaining excess amount of body fat, because trust me, you don't want to have to spend months on end trying to diet to lose all that excess body fat. It's completely horrible. Trust me, I did it myself and I hated it. So really try and keep in mind and keep those good habits that you had before you were even gaining. Yes, you can be a little more relaxed with your diet and enjoy yourself, but don't go absolutely crazy. Still keep those good habits, still meal prep your meals. Just keep yourself in a slight calorie surplus and take your time in the gaining phase. There's no need to just bulk up and get fat, trust me. I hope this video has been really useful for you guys. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.